The Commission has today finalized the registration of presidential candidates for the upcoming elections. I, Wafula Chebukati, presided over this exercise as the returning officer for presidential elections. The following candidates met the requisite constitutional and statutory requirements and were therefore successful in their bid to contest as candidates for the position of president. 1, David Maure Wahiga of Agano Party. 2, Professor George Wachakoya of Roots Party. 3, Raila Odinga of Azimio Coalition Political Party. And 4, William Ruto of United Democratic Alliance Party. However, the following candidates did not meet the requisite constitutional and statutory requirements and were therefore unsuccessful. Eliud Muthiora Kariara, Independent. Dorothy Kamundo Nyang'ori, Independent. Dr. Ekuru Okot, Third Way Alliance Party. Gibson Ngaruya Ng'ang'a, Independent. George Munyota, Independent. Jeremiah Nyaga, Independent. James Kamau, Independent. Jimmy Wanjiki, Safina Party. June Juliet Munyeki, Independent. Justus Juma, Justice and Freedom Party. Peter Mumbiko Kingori, Independent. Walter Onjonga Mongare, Umoja Summit Party. And Njeru Kathangu Ford Asili. Regulation 42(2)(c) of the Election General Regulations 2012 provide that a returning officer shall hold a nomination paper invalid on grounds that the candidate is not qualified to be or is disqualified by law to be nominated or elected to the elective post for which nomination is sought. As a returning officer for the presidential election, upon discovery of new information on Walter Onjoka Mongare as relates to lack of academic qualifications, I invited him to appear before me today at 2 p.m. to clarify the issue. He failed to honor my invitation, and pursuant to Regulation 43(2)(c) of the Election General Regulations, I hereby revoke the nomination certificate of Walter Onjoka Mongare of Umoja Summit Party dated 2nd June 2022. The Commission wishes to remind all candidates who are successful and those who all over the country on the 6 elective positions to abide by the Electoral Code of Conduct during the campaign period. Thank you very much. That is our brief statement today. Yes, I believe it's, yes.
Just a quick one. You noticed that Walter Mongare did not have the papers. Maybe today, after a case had come up from Gigi. So how will Kenyans be sure about the rest of the candidates if realizing this after somebody else raises this alarm? And on Kiriara, I think you said that you had brought signatures from 20 counties, and then those are the ones which were received. But Mondi Wegeya was knocked out because he did not bring the exact number before the 24 for him to move to the next step. Maybe if you could just tell about the two.
Your first question is, we of course looked at all the qualifications of all the other candidates in the reviewing the ones for Walter Mongare, and they are all in order. They meet the academic requirements. Your second question on supporter signatures, I believe the decisions were made by by my team and I, and anybody who is not satisfied, there is a process. They can go to the Dispute Resolution Committee and exhaust the process of the remedies available. So they can proceed to those tribunals and the courts.
Maybe on my first question.
Yes.
It's not very clear. You're realizing this after somebody raised an alarm. You're realizing this after GD team raised an alarm. So how will Kenyans be confident about the rest of the candidates who were knocked out before somebody else snitches, just like somebody else has done today. How sure are we about
that? And that's why I'm telling you, it is a very transparent process. Any Kenyan with information has a remedy to bring it up. And that's why we have a dispute resolution process, which will be 10 days from today. Number two, this is not the first time a candidate's nomination papers have been recalled. This happens all the time across the country by all returning officers. So it's not new, it's not strange. And I believe that you may have information that about candidates. I urge Kenyans with such information, bring it forward, and even you have the opportunity to file a dispute before the Dispute Resolution Committee. Thank you very much.
Maybe, Chair, given that some of the candidates, presidential candidates that did not appear before you, have rushed to the courts even before the dispute struck, is the Commission even ready to take over this again, this whole exercise, if the courts rules against you?
Yes, I think the law is very clear that after nomination processes, that's why there's a 10-day period for disputes to be resolved. If orders come from the court, then they'll be complied with. And we are saying that whatever cases are in court should be fastened and be finalized before we go into the process of ballot printing. The law expects that there will be disputes and has provided for that window of disputes on decisions made by returning officers. Yes.
My name is Vincent Afande, I work for Radio Citizen. I believe what Muthiora did before your eyes is a criminal. As IEBC, what action are you going to take against that particular individual?
Yeah, that's a good question. We have the Election Offences Act. As a commission, the powers of enforcing that law lies with the DPP. We shall inform the DPP, and action, I'm sure, will be taken by that office. Thank you very much. We meet, we shall have an engagement. Is it tomorrow or when? Yes, yeah.
My name is Rollins from Daily. Just one question. When does the Commission probably expect all the court cases to be finalized so that they can take the names for the printing of the ballot papers? When is the best time for you as a Commission?
Yeah, we have the Dispute Resolution Committee, which will commence immediately after this exercise. The exercise of nomination continues until tomorrow in the counties and constituencies. And thereafter, we have a 10-day period from the 9th of this month for disputes to be resolved by a Dispute Resolution Committee. And of course, some individuals may want to proceed to the High Court. So we are looking at this period of 2 weeks for all those disputes to be determined, because come end of this month, we shall be proceeding to prepare the ballot papers. Yes, thank you. Can that be the last one? Because we shall engage tomorrow and the day after. Yes, yeah.
I'm Sidney from MTV. Just a quick question back to Mongare's issue. If he had passed all the other requisite requirements on that issue of these papers, on what basis were you clearing him?
Sorry, I don't get your question.
On the issue of papers.
Yes.
On what basis were you clearing him if you have realized now that he doesn't meet the requisite requirement?
It's only the academic. It's not the academic issue.
Sorry?
It's only the academic issue.
The only issue was the academic papers. That information was not available to the returning officer at the time the clearance was done. But the information now came to me, and that's the decision we have made.
But someone will be tempted to ask why was he cleared in the first place?
Well, I've just explained. There were letters from Commission for University Education and other documentation which are in the file. And based on that, there was then the process of vetting. There was a team that went through the vetting and the checklist. But as I said, there's new information which we have acted upon. Now, if there are other issues, then the Commission will look in for purpose of future processes. Thank you.